What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here. Welcome to our daily show where we discuss the stimulus check update, fourth stimulus package update, everything you need to know about on a daily basis. Money, investing, the stock market, you know it. We'll cover it here. Everything you need to know about. If you're new to our channel, make sure to click the subscribe button down below so you don't miss out on new videos. It's completely free to do so. New videos come out here every day at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And don't forget to hit the like button for us down below. Thank you so much. You guys are amazing. We got a lot to talk about here, so let's jump right in. First, we'll go to Democratic leader Pramila Jayapal. She's leader of the Democratic Progressive Caucus, about 96 members in the House of Representatives. She's one of the candidates that is considered to be possibly Nancy Pelosi's replacement when Nancy Pelosi retires here, which could be at the end of this term or her next term as Speaker of the House if the Democrats retain control in the House of Representatives. Speaking on the Build Back Better stimulus package, which is one of like 2 or 3 stimulus packages that Congress is considering right now. We have that, and then we also have emergency virus stimulus aid because of how bad the virus is right now. Congress is considering a couple different things right there. Here's Pramila Jayapal speaking about the Build Back Better package. Check this out.
Well, listen, I am absolutely convinced that it will not pass if we don't push as hard as we can. And I believe that Joe Manchin did commit, and I'm basing this on what he said after he went on Fox News, did commit to the president on a framework that had many pieces of the Build Back Better Act that we passed in the House in his framework. Now, there are a couple of things that weren't in there, and he said that to me. He said, you passed a bill that had things that didn't have, that had things that I did not agree to. And I said, well, we can just take those things out if that is what, we have to do. But let's at least stick to that framework.
30 seconds left. I have to ask, Congressman Ro Khanna from your caucus was on the show last week. He said, just let him write the bill. Call it the Manchin bill. Just get it done. Do you support that?
Well, I don't know exactly what that means, but listen, we are going to get something done on Build Back Better, and I think Joe Manchin is going to be a partner in that, and he is going to get this across the finish line. That's my firm belief, and I'm going to fight like hell to get it done.
We will keep following this story and keep speaking to you, but for now, Congresswoman Pramila Jayapal, thank you for taking time out to come on the show today.
So Pramila Jayapal there is referring to Senator Joe Manchin, good old Joe Manchin. He's kind of going against his own Democratic Party here on voting rights with Senator Kyrsten Sinema, their theme song, right? Dun, dun, dun. And the Build Back Better package. But Kyrsten Sinema and Joe Manchin signed an agreement on the Build Back Better package with their signatures on it that they would agree to a certain amount of things and pass it when they pass the physical infrastructure package. Now, the Democratic Progressive Caucus, Pramila Jayapal is the leader of that, and the other progressives are pushed for more after that, okay? They pass the physical infrastructure package, and then they say, okay, great, we have this agreement with Joe Manchin and Kyrsten Sinema with their signatures on the agreement, okay? Let's see what else we can get in there, okay? But she's referring to this document, this agreement with their signatures on it. She says we can go back to that agreement and simply just go with the agreement there. Or what the host there says is that maybe just let Joe Manchin write the bill or, do something along those lines. So there is multiple different things to consider, and there's multiple different stimulus packages to consider here as well. We also have Congress considering multiple different things here. You can see here this headline here from USA Today. 2022 is starting with a COVID surge and high inflation. Could that mean more stimulus checks? And well, that is a very real possibility. We think about stimulus checks. What do? They stimulate the economy. They get our economy back on track. They get people back on track. We have millions of people out right now that are out of work, that physically cannot go to work because they have tested positive and have to quarantine for 5, 10 days or more, and possibly are sick for more than that, don't have paid family and medical leave, because that was one of the provisions in the Build Back Better package that they are not able to pass at this moment. They're still trying to pass that. That's just one of the things in there. Think about that. There's millions of people sick out right now that have tested positive. We're averaging 800,000 people per day, every single day, that are testing positive. And that doesn't even include the people that are using just at-home tests. That's just only the people that go to official testing facilities and get reported to the government. So just think about that. Yeah, it's crazy, right? Yeah. So really, there's just a lot of people right now that are really hurting. We have a full 25% of people that are behind on bills, cannot pay their bills right now. You think about, that's like 70 or 80 million people that cannot pay their bills right now. It's just crazy. And then think about how many of those people are potentially losing their jobs because small businesses are going out of business, or they're sick and missing out on a week or 2 or 3 of because of the virus, because of the pandemic. And think about how much is exasperated because of everything going on here. This pandemic has just taken a toll on so many people, right? And thankfully, we have a lot of different states that are stepping up right now with extra pandemic relief. Like, just one things that we have here is like the extra SNAP emergency allotments. You can see here directly from the official U.S. government SNAP website. Um, a lot of states are adding additional SNAP benefits here. In fact, we actually have more that have been added here. The U.S. Virgin Islands have been added there. I don't think that was in there the last time I updated here, but you can see here we have more and more states and territories. Remember, U.S. Virgin Islands and Guam are U.S. territories. And remember, these are all funded by the territories or the state. So if your state is not on here, I get this question all the time, like, uh, why isn't Tennessee on here? California is on here, by the way, because California has their own program, CalFresh. They have confirmed that they are doing January and February. So don't mention California because they are on here. These are extra SNAP benefits. Okay. So if you're on SNAP, which is food assistance, these are extra benefits. Okay. So this is directly from USDA.gov. You can kind of Google this if you want to see this. Click on this. But yeah, this is directly from the government website. I'll actually scroll down here for a little bit because I know that I might be in the way a little bit here for these extra states here. But all these states, this is money that comes from the states. So the states have to put up money to pay this extra money. So if you're like, hey, why isn't our state doing this? Ohio's on here now too. I don't know if Ohio was on there the last time. So, yeah, if you're saying like, hey, why isn't our state on there? Like, I know Texas is on here now too. Was Texas on there last time? I don't think they were. Texas is on there now. Like, I noticed one state that I see is not on there is Tennessee. And like, hey, and I'm not just singling out a state here, but I am singling out a state because that's just one state that I noticed is not on here. This is for January 2022. And if you're just questioning, and another one I noticed it's not on here is Florida. I noticed that Florida is not on here. And there's like 40 some million people that are on SNAP, which is food assistance. And if you're like, hey, why isn't Florida on there? Why isn't Tennessee on there? And yeah, Pennsylvania's on there. I'm just trying to think of some of the larger states. And if you're like, Jimmy, why aren't they on there? You got to ask your governor. You got to ask your governor, because largely your governor is the ones that are mostly in charge of this. Yeah. So this money comes directly from your state. It has not really much to do with the federal government. And by and large, a lot of this decision comes from your governor. So I'm very happy to see Texas on here now. Very, very cool to see that that's a new addition here. That must have just happened in a few days. Ohio's now on there. I think that just happened a few days ago as well. Very, very good to see. Hawaii's on there. I think that's a new one as well. Virgin Islands definitely new because I don't remember calling seeing that there on there. Very, very good to see this. And remember, each state that's added on there, that goes to help hundreds of thousands or millions of people in that state. So again, this is just another type of assistance. This is pandemic SNAP assistance or emergency EBT assistance here that is like extra benefits for people on here. This is just kind of one thing. There's all these different types of assistance here, and I'm very, very happy to see all these different states adding on here. And remember, this costs a lot of money. This costs a lot of money for these states to do this. And January's not over, so we could still see more states do this. And what I recommend is that you just advocate to your governors, contact them, email them, tweet them, or even your state representatives, your state house, your state senate, and be like, why isn't our state doing this? Um, and just if they didn't do January, they could still do February as well. The other thing is rent assistance, mortgage assistance, utility assistance. I have links down below in the description of this video. I'll link you to them at the end of this video as well. Sometimes I forget, but I'll try to do that as well. But I always have links down below in the description of this video as well, with those links in there showing you how to apply for rent assistance, utility assistance, and mortgage assistance for homeowners or yeah, mortgage assistance. It's money for homeowners that you can claim. And utility assistance alone, you can get anywhere from several $100s up to $1,500. It's just kind of different per state or in your own kind of what you get approved for. And you can really get approved for that every year. Every year. And I have videos showing you how to do that. And these are kind of like stimulus programs um, that you can get every year, or at least on the utility side. The rent assistance and the mortgages or the homeowners assistance may or may not be there going forward, um, but they're at least there for now in some cases. The rent assistance is kind of running out in some states. Another really big issue that's coming up here, this one could be a hot one. Look at this here. The White House says that Russia could launch an attack in Ukraine at any point. And this is a matter of national security. And that even though this is Russia and Ukraine, this directly concerns us because Ukraine is an ally of the U.S. And you can see here this old story here from New Year's Eve, actually, so only a few weeks ago. I brought this up here. Biden warns Putin, of the president of Russia, that there would be severe sanctions if Russia invades Ukraine and that the U.S. would be involved if that happens. And we would have to step in. Okay, so we're kind of intertwined in this, and who knows what would happen if this actually happens here. So this could be very, very serious. Yeah, check this out. Here's what White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki said.
So let's be clear. Our view is this is an extremely dangerous situation. We're now at a stage where Russia could at any point launch an attack in Ukraine. And what Secretary Blinken is going to go do is highlight very clearly there is a diplomatic path forward. It is the choice of President Putin and the Russians to make whether they are going to suffer severe economic consequences or not.
Yeah, and Secretary of State Antony Blinken plans to meet with Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov on Friday as the U.S. seeks to ward off an invasion of Ukraine by Russia, which has amassed 100,000 troops on the border of Ukraine and recently moved forces to Belarus for joint military drills. Yeah. The meeting follows high-level diplomatic talks between the U.S. and Russian officials and NATO in Europe last week. Blinken and Lavrov spoke by phone on Tuesday and agreed to meet. Blinken plans to urge the Russians to de-escalate the situation and take the diplomatic path offered by the U.S. and its allies. Psaki said, reiterating that there would be significant economic consequences should Russia choose to invade Ukraine. President Biden told Russian President Vladimir Putin on a video call in December that Russia would face sanctions if it invaded Ukraine and that the U.S. would move to bolster NATO's eastern flank and increase military aid to Ukraine in the event of an invasion. Yeah, see how things could get very complicated and sticky here? Yeah, so let me know your thoughts in the comments. That's all we need, right? It's just another, we come out of Afghanistan, put that away, put that to bed, and, if it's not one thing, it's another, right? Why can't, why can't, why can't we ever just be like, we got enough problems, right? Let's just be at peace for once, right? This doesn't seem like that. That's how the world works, right? But I don't know. We'll see. Russia and Ukraine just have their own thing out there, but we got the whole United Nations thing and our allies, and it's a very complicated situation that we got to have everybody's backs, and they have our backs, and it's a very tricky situation there. So we'll have to see. Biden's warned Putin not to do it several times, but Putin, he's kind of got a mind of his own. So let me know what you think is going to happen. You think it's going to happen? The troops are still there. They haven't backed down fully. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see here. And meanwhile, the pandemic's still raging on across the world and here in the U.S. Yeah, here we are. 2022 living up to its promise, right? Started off with a bang and pow, here we are. So let me know your thoughts. I'll keep you up to date here with everything. Remember that new videos come out here every day at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Make sure to subscribe down below if you haven't yet. I'll keep you up to date. It's completely free to subscribe. You can click the share button down below to share this video with your family and friends. Have them join our community as well. Help us reach our goal of 400,000 subscribers. We're almost there. Yeah, we should be there very, very soon if you subscribe, and I'll keep you up to date here with everything. You can click here to watch our newest video next. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next video.